In lesson 3, we're going to be making a drawer. So we want to go ahead and get into the right view and then make it a 2D wireframe. And we're going to start on the knob. So make sure that you are in the right view and that you're 2D wireframe. And you can do this either from the display window or the ribbon above. And zoom into the front. Now you should notice that there's two pieces here, one on top of each other. And the bottom rectangle is the drawer. So we're going to find the polyline tool. And select the polyline tool on the ribbon above, which is also P-L-I-N-E in the command line, and select the arc. And I'm going to zoom in as I do this. Now this may seem a little odd at first, but we're making a profile of a knob, and actually just half the profile. So we're just going to put 2 points in here. And you want to, once you get the 2 points in, press enter. And you're going to obviously want to play around with this a little bit. But once you have the 2 points, they're splines that you can manipulate. And this is half the profile. And then go ahead and press enter. And then what we need to do to make this into a knob is we're going to find the revolve tool function. Or simply type in revolve in the command line below, R-E-V-O-L-V-E, and then press enter. Now we need to rotate this around an axis. So after you type in revolve and enter, select the center of the knob and go along perpendicular to that line and press enter. And then we want this to be 360 degrees around that center axis, so press 360 and then press enter. It should default to 360. And then we need to inspect this. Now unfortunately it may be hidden from you, so in the revolve command, find the knob. It may be buried. In this case it is semi-buried inside the left drop leaf. So we're going to want to move this, but in the 2D wireframe view. So let's move out of the conceptual, go to the 2D wireframe, and then ideally we want to essentially just isolate the knob in the front of the drawer. So get a view that you have the knob and the front of the drawer, and I'm going to make a line. And I'm going to draw a line from the top of the front of the drawer front to the bottom, and make sure it snaps there as you see it here. And then we're going to move the knob. So either use the icon or type in move and press enter, and then we'll select the knob and then press enter. Now I zoom in, I want to select the base of that knob where it's going to intersect on the surface, and the triangle should appear, and just click onto the midpoint. Now it may take you a couple of tries to do this, but obviously your knob is going to be protruding out from the front of that drawer front. And you can also visualize this from the right view. We don't need that construction tool, so we'll get rid of that momentarily. So get in the right view and delete it. And if you select the knob, you can actually still manipulate it. So you can make it any type of knob you want. So it's not set. You can keep working on it. And if you see here, I need to actually adjust this a little bit, but you get the idea. And so what we're going to do after we create the knob is we're going to have to work on the rest of the drawer. So let's go ahead and get into the bottom view. Not the top view, but the bottom view. And then find the rectangle tool, and we're just going to eyeball this, so to speak. So grab the corner, and we're going to make the drawer a little thinner than the 1 inch. Drawers are typically 3/4 or half an inch thick. And so we're making the profile. And rather than do this again, we're going to type in mirror. And this is the side of the drawer. Select the item and press enter, and then we are going to mirror that to the front of the drawer. And we don't want to delete it, so it defaults to no, or press N and press enter. And we're going to go do the same thing for the rear of the drawer. However, with that snap tool selected, it's going to be very hard to do this because it's want to snap. So we're going to turn, right click on the settings, and we're going to turn that O-snap off. So turn the O-snap off temporarily. We will be turning that back on very soon. And then, to your best judgment, try to make that the same depth, same thickness of the sides. And then, very important, get that setting back on for the O-snap. So once you have the settings back on, let's zoom out. And we're going to want to extrude the sides and the back of that drawer. So I'm going to zoom in on, isolate just the drawer. Now I am in the bottom view here. And either from the ribbon on the home, you can click on the extrude icon, or simply type in extrude on the command line below and press enter. And select the left, the back, and the right. And press enter, and we're going to go -4 for 4 inches. So -4 and press enter. So the height of that drawer is 4 inches. So we want to inspect this again. Always inspect this in 3D. So you can use the revolve tool function. And these are pretty close, but you can see that the drawer, and in my case it's a little low. So I want to move these, and I'll type in move, M-O-V-E, or use the icon and press enter. And then I'll select the 3 items, so the sides of the drawer and the back, and I'll press enter. And with that O-snap on, I can simply grab the corner and just move it to the corner of the bottom of that drawer front. And it's snapped on. So all that's missing now is the bottom of this drawer. So again, I'll work in the bottom view to do that. Inspect it, make sure that the drawer is there. So let's get in the bottom view, and if you want to zoom in, get in the wireframe. And I'll go in the view window here, and I'm going to grab again from the home menu on the draw, on the ribbon, and I'm going to draw on that rectangle. I'll select the rectangle, and then we'll extrude that, E-X-T-R-U-D-E, and press enter. You don't see it, but if you click onto it, it should highlight, and press enter. Bottom of the drawer is typically a 1/4 inch material, so type in -0.25 and press enter. So more than likely it's not snapped onto the bottom of that drawer, so we will inspect this, and again we'll be moving objects and solid objects in 3D. So I can see right there that I can see the bottom of my drawer. So to isolate this and make this easier, let's go to the 2D wireframe. And you should see the bottom of the drawer, which is a 1/4 inch. And so I know where it is. I'll type move and select enter. Select the object, which is the bottom of the drawer, press enter, and I may want to zoom in a little if I need to. I just simply move it back with that O-snap activated. And you're going to need obviously to inspect this. And then what we want to do though is let's make a separate layer for the drawer. So type in layer and press enter. So I've actually gone ahead and made a drawer, a new layer called drawer. So if you don't know how to do that, go back and do it. You just select a new layer and call it drawer. And I'm going to select the drawer parts. So select all the items. There's actually 6 here. So there's the right, the left, the back, the bottom, the knob, and the front. And then right click on it and select Properties. It gives you descriptions, and let's go ahead and put it onto the drawer. And the drawer has been turned off, so it's not there, so it's invisible. And you want to make sure that every item is not there. We're going to be with the option here, if we want to take it to an animation software. Most animation softwares like 3ds Max will import things from AutoCAD into layers. So that's important that we have the layers. So inspect the drawer and make sure that the layer, turn it back on and make sure it's there. And you've completed the exercise.